For thousands of years, people, goods, and cultures have flowed between Italy and China on the ancient Silk Road. In 1601, an ancient missionary named Matteo Ricci became the first European to enter Beijing's Forbidden City. As the first Western scholar to study Chinese literature, he began a path that many have since followed. One man continuing that tradition is artist Dionisio Cimarelli. He created a famous sculpture of Matteo Ricci. Even as a student, Cimarelli was fascinated by the East. Inspired by Ricci's experience, the 21-year-old Italian art student boarded a Beijing-bound train back in 1986. It was a journey that would take an entire week.
So China, it was one of my very old passions. Since I was a student, I was very interested in the Chinese culture, Chinese art, Chinese people, you know. I met some Chinese people when I was in Italy, and always I get very close to them very easily. So even we are so far, but I was able to talk to them very friendly, very nicely. We had a very good understanding right away. So that's in 1986. I stopped my study at the academy, and I decided to move to China.
In Beijing, he met Tuje, a renowned sculptor at the Central Academy of Arts. He was then introduced to other professors and students at the academy. By 2010, Cimarelli was in Shanghai, working at a cultural institute. His expertise and experience even caught the attention of the Italian government, and they requested that he do a sculpture of Ricci.
Matteo Ricci, he was coming from very close to my town, from Macerata, which is very near. It's just half an hour driving. And for me, when I came to China for the first time, I got a big inspiration by Matteo Ricci, his attitude, his way of traveling, his way of thinking. It was very inspiring. Even he was not an artist, but as a person, he's an amazing personality. So always I was thinking about this wonderful person and what he did as a bridge between the Western culture and the Chinese culture. So when they offered me this possibility, this chance, I was very excited, and I said, of course I will do it.
The sculpture proved to be a big challenge. For authenticity, he even switched from the normal Italian ceramic to the more Chinese style of porcelain. It was a material he had never worked with before. To help the process, he even moved from Shanghai to Jingdazhen. From materials all the way to design, everything was different from what he had ever learned in Italy.
So for me, porcelain was an understanding of the culture of China, an understanding of the way of living, an understanding of the way of working. So for me to choose the porcelain, it was a step forward close to the Chinese culture. So that's why I decided from Shanghai to move to Jingdazhen, which is the most important city for porcelain in China, which it was not easy to do it because it's far away, and plus it's in the countryside, but it was an amazing, incredible experience. I was so excited and to understand and to put together my Italian experience, my Western experience with the Chinese technique, with the porcelain.
But after 6 months, the sculpture was ready, and Cimarelli says he was satisfied with the result. It was displayed at the Italian Pavilion at the Shanghai Expo in 2010, and later in 2013, it was collected by the Shanghai Italian Center. Throughout his 30 years in China, the Italian says he has seen the country change greatly, through opening up and economic development, and even the Olympics in 2008. A new driver of that change, though, is the Belt and Road Initiative. With so much attention, however, and investment going into it, Cimarelli says that it's important to remember that the original wasn't just about trade. It was also about an exchange of ideas and culture.
For me, the culture is very important. So it would be like a way, a road where you can exchange and make a business with all the countries, but you have a culture exchange, which today we need. I think today we need more bridges than walls. I think we need more understanding than try to avoid each other. So I think that's a very important clue of today. So I think this is a wonderful idea. It's very exciting, and I really hope will work as soon as possible, and we will see the results in terms of course, for myself, in terms of cultural exchange.
And if there is just one thing that could be a symbol of that cultural exchange, it could be a statue made in Chinese porcelain by Italian hands of the first man inside the Forbidden Palace.